welcome back to the layout. Today, we're going to be going over what I've been working on for the past couple of days and what we're going to do today. As you can see, the buildings have been primed. I used the Tamiya light gray paint just to get a good foundation. The bottom parts of the building are going to be painted with the concrete top coat because it's supposed to represent concrete paneling. And the top is going to be that tan and green you see on the Metro facilities in Chicago. Now, it's going to require some masking and stuff. I'll probably be doing that in the next couple of days because we're losing the nice days out, and I don't want to really paint in the garage. Just because I got a lot of stuff in the garage. I don't really want to get paint all over it, and I don't have a proper setup quite yet for painting. Additionally, as you can see, I've begun work on the new Overpass. I've gone with a 4-lane design. It's all modular, so we could actually pull off sort of this girder system comes off in 6-inch slices, essentially. So that's that. It prints in one piece. It's super easy to print. I mean, it takes about an hour if you're printing on the settings that I'm printing on, which is the super fine, just so you don't get any real layer lines or anything. It's going to be really easy to clean up and sort of get it to look nice. Let's see if I could position it somewhat decently back there. Same thing. I did new pillars. I actually, if I go down into my bench here, this is the second design. I originally wanted a square concrete design, so I printed these. I didn't like it. It didn't have enough dimension, so I printed it with the circular pillars, and I'm much happier with this design now. Additionally, you could see this little piece of concrete here. Let's take that off. This is the final design for the concrete. This is how it's going to be painted and look when it's done. Obviously, I just like freehand brushed the yellow on just to see how it would look. I really like how this came out. I think this is the best iteration that I went through, and I went through a lot because this was my original test. You can see quite the difference here. I did go through a lot of designs though. This was another one, again, too dark, too yellow, just a bunch of different designs. This one was actually pretty close. And then this one was like the final one before I kind of locked in the actual design here. So you can see I did a lot of testing. None of them look horrendous, except for maybe this first one, but they definitely could look better. So anyways, today what we're going to be doing is painting all of the concrete. We're going to get all of the concrete across the layout painted. The only piece that's probably not going to get painted is this piece here, just because A, I don't have the styrene cut, and B, I'm still unsure of how I want it to be placed. So it's been a few days since the previous clips and the intro clips. I didn't want to record because I was doing a lot of 3D printing, and while I was editing those first clips, it was very obvious that the 3D printer was on, so I didn't want to really record while I was working on this stuff. Pretty much all I did was paint these 3 strips of concrete and do a little bit of test ballasting. I'm waiting for some pipettes to show up to properly glue these. I used a really big pipette, and glue got everywhere, and I was starting to panic a little bit. Luckily, this is all good. There's no gravel. I mean, there's a little piece there, but the engines aren't gonna run over here, and it's not too bad. So I wanna try to be careful when I go to ballast the rest of this strip, and when I put, glue down and start doing the foliage and ground cover elsewhere. Now, for everything that I did, the concrete's now glued down. Both of these strips and this piece are glued down. I do still need to install the grade crossing there, which, let me grab it here. We'll just sit right in there. And this will have no problem still just passing over it. Now, the reason I waited to ballast it to do this is because I wanted it to be a little bit elevated. I made it intentionally short so that when I did ballast it,
it just kind of looked fine. And you can see still runs fine. I have the little side pieces that I need to put into. I'm gonna paint those up probably the same time I prime the bridge back there and paint the rest of the buildings. I still have to mask them and get them ready. I just haven't had time. I've been kind of running back and forth, doing stuff on the layout, doing stuff with like 3D printing, designing new stuff. Unfortunately, I've been having to design stuff not for the layout, so I've been stuck doing that for a little bit. And obviously with the holidays coming up, my family wants little holiday trinkets and stuff, so my 3D printer's kind of split between my personal projects and stuff that they want done. So anyways, that's gonna end this sort of update here. The updates may slow down a little bit over the next couple of days just because I'm doing a lot of printing for other things. So I can't do a lot here and it's a little bit colder. I think there's gonna be 1 or 2 nice days spread around that I'll be able to do some painting. So maybe there'll be an update Monday or Tuesday with just some painting updates. But other than that, it's gonna call it here. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.